back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my June monthly favorites as well as just my normal favorites. I haven't sat down and filmed a beauty related video in what seems like forever. So I really just want to talk about the things I've been loving over the last few months that I haven't been posting and talking about. If you follow me on Instagram, I do post on there all the time about what I'm using that day. Sometimes I do some of those Insta story get readies with me. But if you guys don't follow me on there, first of all, you should. I'll put my little handle down here. But yeah, if you don't, I just thought I'd sit down and tell you guys all of the things I've been loving in the month of June as well as the last few months. Some of the things are just things that are new to me. Whatever it is, these are just the things that I found that I've been really liking for myself. So the first thing is newer, kind of, and it's definitely new to me. I got this before I went to Florida, and it is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer Base Adherent. I only got the travel size one. Like I said, I got this before I went to Florida. I didn't know if I was going to like this, especially with the heat, so I'm just gonna pick up the small one. I'm traveling, and I used all of it. And for some reason, I can't get this last little bit out, which is kind of irritating, but it is what it is. I'm definitely gonna be going back and getting the big one of this. I love this. It literally, as you're putting it on your skin, you can feel how sticky and tacky it is. And I didn't think that I would be liking that, to be honest, but I love it. It keeps makeup on all day, and like it says, it's hydro, so it's still going to be a hydrating formula and not just something that's like gripping to your skin and kind of drying you out. I love this. Next is the two foundations I've been absolutely loving. I have tons of foundations that I love, but these two I haven't been able to put down. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I love this. The color, the coverage, the finish on it. I just love every single thing about this. I use this 9 times out of 10 if I'm not using this, which we'll talk about in a minute, but I adore this. This is such a good foundation, and for only, I think it's like $11, it beats a lot of my other foundations, especially in the price category. If you haven't already tried this, definitely run to your drugstore and pick this up because you will not be upset. The next one is the Fenty Beauty Pro, I almost dropped it. The Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. Again, nothing new. It's actually my second bottle of this. I'm in the shade 230. Oh, and the Infallible, I'm 455. But for this one, I never bought this because I was so afraid of like the matte, even though it says soft matte foundation. I was always like, I'm really dry. I don't want anything that's going to be breaking up on me and even drying me out even more. This does not. When I put this on, it looks flawless and it stays flawless all day. This is probably one of my longest wearing foundations that I own. And at the end of the day, my makeup still looks amazing, which is hard to say honestly for a lot of the foundations that are still my top. They're just not as long wear as this one. This one is probably one of my newer purchases. Again, it's nothing that's like brand new, it's not a new release or anything like that, but they did just bring this into Ulta, which is why I actually picked this up. So technically it is new to Ulta stores. It is the Kylie Jenner Pressed Bronzing Powder in the shade Almond. This is one of the prettiest bronzer colors ever. I've been obsessed with Benefit Hoola for years, and it's $30, and you know what, it's worth it to me. I've continuously bought it, but I was like, I'm gonna try something different. You know, this is $18, Hoola's $30. I gave this a try. I love this so much more. Like honestly, I haven't even touched my Hoola since buying this, and I've only had this for a couple weeks now, and you can tell like I've already dented and really dirtied all this up. But the color on this is beautiful. It blends like a dream. It looks so natural. I like that it's matte, but it's not like a cakey dry matte. It's very like velvety. Does it say velvet on here? No, it should, because it's very velvety. It blends beautifully. I am obsessed with these, and honestly, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. I kind of just saw it there and I was like, you know, I've always wanted to try that, so I picked it up and I'm so glad I did. Next two are highlights. I have been obsessed with these highlights. Of course, I still have like my other staples, like my Becca Champagne Pop. I have my Anne Razy one. I have a ton of other highlights that I use all the time. These two are more for like specific areas of the face, I guess I would say. Both of these, I love to do like the inner corner, brow bone, and then maybe just like a pop on the nose and like a pop on the highest part of your cheekbone. I wouldn't go in with this like all over my face, especially this one, because it's so blinding. So I guess we'll start with this one. Super Shock Cheek Pearlize in the shade Flexitarian. That is currently what I have on my inner corner and a little bit on my brow bone. It is the most blinding white champagne, very light champagne, but like mostly white highlight ever. Like it is blinding. So it's definitely too pale for like my whole face. I would never be able to put this on and just wear this as a highlight. You would see just that streak, which I definitely try to avoid. But for the inner corner, for just a pop on the lid, or even just a dot on my nose, I mean like literally a dot, and then I like rub it out with my finger. It's beautiful and blinding. I absolutely love this, and I've been using this for a couple months now, and I feel like I'm gonna have this forever because I haven't even dented this. The next one I actually saw on Casey Holmes' recent like drugstore new makeup. I don't know if this is actually new. I didn't see anything on it, but when I saw her use it, I was like, I definitely want to go check this out. This is the loose highlighting powder in the shade okay, I don't know the shade. I think it's like I'm So Lit. And I'm like 90% positive that's the shade because I must have ripped it off. They should have it somewhere else on here. I'm surprised it's not on the actual label. I'm pretty sure it's called I'm So Lit. I typically don't like loose highlights. They're very messy, they get everywhere, and a lot of the time I find that they're very chunky or glittery and they're not as like smooth and like pearlized. Not the case for this. This definitely is more like a glittery highlight, but it's not as glittery as I would have thought it was going to be. So I'm gonna do it like this because it's a mess. That's another thing. It doesn't have like a lid to close this, so it just goes everywhere. There's so much product in this. I'm literally never gonna run out of this. I'm gonna have this smell like baby. But it's such a beautiful like champagne color. This one I could wear all over the cheeks. It's just a little too glittery for that for me. I really like for the inner corner, all over the lid for just like a simple look, or just like again the high points of my face. Like, oh my God. And it's this one right here. Like, it is so beautiful. You can see that it's still really a light one, but it's a lot more like champagne-y than this one. This is more of like a white highlight. This one is definitely more champagne. There's a little bit more color to it. It's easier probably to put this all over your face, but I still really like it for just like the pops of it. Like, just a pop a little bit everywhere. Like, it really just does the job. It's beautiful. I'm so glad that I bought this because I really wasn't going to. Because like I said, I'm not a fan of loose highlights personally, but this has definitely changed my mind. I absolutely love this. A few concealers. I have been obsessed with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I love this. Honestly, these two concealers have kind of replaced like my higher end concealers. A lot of this, now that I'm looking at it, is like drugstore or like affordable brands, which I love. It's not purposely doing that, but it's just they're stepping up their game and it's showing because they're making their way into my collection and seriously replacing products that I spend the money on, but they're doing better than them or just as good. So I can't help but want that over top of something that performs the same way for double the price. These are $5.99. Honestly, I would spend $20 on these all day. These are so good. They remind me a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape, but I feel like they're almost a little bit more hydrating. The Tarte Shape Tape was kind of like creepy and really dry underneath my eyes, and I don't get like that with this. I use the shade Light Peach, and I have Fair Beige. It's a little bit too pale for me. I mean, you can see how white that is right there. I have used this before for just like really the inner corner to really pop it. But so it's a little too white for me. This one I still only do on the inner corner, and then I go in, these are so dirty because I use them all the time, but I go in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 10. Like I said, I take the e.l.f. one, I just put it directly underneath like my eyes, like my dark circles in the inner corner, and then I take this and I kind of drag it down and blend it out. The coverage and the finish that I get with these two is flawless. I absolutely love this combo. This is not new to my collection. This is not new at all to the store. This is probably like the oldest thing that I owned. Not like this exact one, but like that's been out for the longest amount of time, and it is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. If I can get this open. This has been out for years. I mean, this is like OG YouTube days. Everybody has talked about this, everybody has used this, and I feel like I forgot about this for so many years. A lot of matte blushes, but now that it's summertime, I was kind of looking through like my blush collection, and I'm like, what do I have that kind of gives me like a summery, glowy finish? And I picked this up, and I literally have not put this on since. I've been using this almost every single day. No matter what look I'm using, no matter what eye color I have, I've been popping this on my cheeks because it just gives the freshest, glowy look out of any blush that I've ever used. Anything that I have, even if I use like an orangey one underneath, I always am putting this one on top because the finish that it gives is just so fresh and summery and glowy. I love this. Again, if you haven't picked this up, run to your store right now, pause this video and get this because it is beautiful, and I know this would be beautiful on any skin tone. So for eyeshadow palettes, I have 3 here, and now that I'm looking at them, they're all affordable, which is so exciting to me because eyeshadow palettes is usually one of the things that I only use high-end products with. I never really have used any like lower end besides Morphe or ColourPop, which 2 of them out of the 3 are that, but that's even still newer to me because a couple of years ago I was only using Too Faced, ABH, Smashbox, not Morphe, MAC. Like I was only using higher end expensive palettes because there was really nothing else that would compare to it, and eyeshadows last so long that it was worth it to me to splurge. But now, like I said, affordable makeup is here. Drugstores are really stepping up their game, and I'm finding really, really good eyeshadows for such a good price. So I'm just buying all the palettes, and I have so many of them, it's insane. But these are like my top 3 that I've been keeping on my desk and using almost every single day. The first one is the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. It is so beautiful. Everything about this is summer and spring and fresh and just beautiful. I love the color story. I love all of the glitters. I love that they're starting to put their Super Shock shadows into here because they've never done that before. I think this is actually the first palette that they did this for, which I love. You can see that I've dented this because I've been putting it all over my lid. Everything about this, I can do something super light and just kind of stay in these pinky areas. I can deepen it up and go into like a little bit warmer. The only thing I really haven't used are the pressed glitters. I really just haven't really left my house or gone to anything special that I'm like, ooh, I really want like a huge, chunky, glittery kind of eye look. I've been sticking to more just like shimmers, Super Shock shadows, loose pigments, stuff like that. So I haven't really played with these at all, but I swatched them and they look absolutely gorgeous. They blend amazing, they are beautiful, they're so pigmented, and I can't get enough of this palette. Next one, I've talked about this a lot on my IG stories. It is the Morphe 35G Brand Goals palette. I'm trying to get this open. Again, beat up, not the cutest because I use it all the time. But for $25, you get 36 shades, right? I'm pretty sure it's 36, I don't really want to count. But 36 shades for $25, and then of course you can always use 10% off with all those people that have affiliation codes. This is amazing. The only thing that I would say is a little like on is the shimmers. Some of the shimmers, I gouged that one, but some of the shimmers are beautiful. They go right on. This one in particular, I love the color of this, but the payoff is harder to work with. So I still use it because I absolutely love the color, but I feel like I really have to like dig into this with my brush and then spray it to get it onto my eye, because if I just were to take it, swipe it, and put it on my eye, like nothing really comes up. So I feel like I really have to like dig in this, but I still do it because I love the color. $25, if there's only a few shades in here that are a little bit more difficult to work with, I'll still use it. All of the mattes are incredible. They're not patchy, they're pigmented, there's not a lot of fallout, if any, actually, because I usually do my eyeshadow, I always do my eyeshadow after I do my base. So I love this. This is such a good just staple palette for a bronze look. It has everything that you need in here, and I love this. And last, I just bought this like a week ago, and I brought it with me somewhere to do my friend's makeup, and I dropped it. So the shimmers are sadly broken. I have to like press them down. I just haven't done that yet, but this is the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. I haven't heard anything on this, and I don't know why. This is one of those palettes that need to be in like, why is this not hyped up? Like products that don't get enough recognition, because this is incredible. Honestly, if I were to choose between this and this one, it was gonna be really hard. For shimmers, 1000% this one. This one has the mattes for sure. But I'm gonna try to open it up. So I'm gonna try to do it this way. As you can see, this bottom row is sadly all broken, which is so sad, it breaks my heart. But it is a beautiful, beautiful palette. Like when I touched this, I went to Ulta, and it kind of just like attracted me to how many shimmers there were and how pretty they were. So I just touched a few of them and immediately I grabbed it. I think this was like $25 to $30. These are all highlights over here. I haven't really used any of them for like my self highlighting. I use this on my friend for her highlight. It looked beautiful. But I kind of just use this for more so like eyeshadows or lid toppers. But they are incredible. So there's 5 mattes in here. You can still definitely create a whole look with just these 5 mattes. So there's like a light brown, like a terracotta, more of like a burnt orange, a like brow bone, or like a base color, and then dark brown. You can definitely create a whole look with just those base colors right there. Absolutely, you can do something super natural or deepen it up with that dark brown. I've done both of these. Shimmers are out of this world. I think I've only used one other palette by BH Cosmetics, and it was the one with Carly Bible. It's not my favorite, just because I'm not really into like the cool tone mauves that she did. They look beautiful on her. It's just not like my vibe. My vibe is definitely warm tones and like pinky corals, as you guys can tell. But this is incredible. I'm gonna swatch a few of them. I had to lay it down, unfortunately, because you saw how it was. So this is Tyrian. Like that's literally just one swipe and it's that pretty. I keep on looking in here to see that it's like in focus. But oh my god, like it's beautiful. I love this one. I use this one all the time. I just put it all over my lid and put something in the crease, and it's such an easy, quick look. Love it. This is Mirage. This is actually what they consider a highlight. This is blinding, reflective, beautiful. These ones aren't going to be like your everyday use, obviously, but the pigment and the payoff on this is crazy. Like that is beautiful. And let me just do this last one because this one is insane. Like holy cow. Like you can't even see the other ones because they're so like kind of like my skin tone, but this down here and this one right here, like they are beautiful. And there's so many in here. I want to swatch all of them, but I would be here all day. So beautiful. If you see it and they're in stock, pick this up. It's amazing. Just a few more products to go through and then we are finished. So for lips, I haven't had that many like lip products that blew me away, unfortunately, so far. There's a few that I want to try. I just haven't gotten to the store or it hasn't been in stock for some reason. These are a few that I've been absolutely loving. A Morphe store finally opened in Michigan, and conveniently it's probably one of the closer malls to me. It opened at Somerset here in Michigan, and of course like the week that they went there I had to get in. I've never been able to touch like Jeffree Star products before, or most of the palettes that I don't own that aren't sold at Ulta, all their brushes. So I was so excited to go there because like I said 100 times, that's why I don't buy a lot of things. They're like online only, even if they look beautiful to me. I am a toucher. Like I want to touch it, I want to swatch it, I want to smell it, I want to feel consistencies. Once I go into stores, then I can't help myself and I buy everything. That's why I waited to buy this, and when I saw it in person, I picked it up. I probably would have never went online to buy this. And same with these. I want to see it in person. So I of course picked up the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Mannequin. So beautiful. I wish I would have bought more, but a lot of them, because they just had opened, were out of stock. This is such a beautiful like mauve pink nude color. It's so beautiful. It smells amazing. It lasts. It's so comfortable. It's not drying. He makes amazing liquid lipsticks, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not just like buying a few of them that I knew would work for me, but they're here now. It's really close to me, so I'm gonna definitely be going back and picking up a few of these along the way. The next one is definitely not new. It's not new to me. or to the company. It is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Magic Wand. It's what I'm wearing currently. I have a gloss on top of it. This has been forever one of my go-to shades. This color 99% of the time is in my purse. It's that perfect shade that I just throw in there. I can always put it on. It's not a matte lipstick. It definitely has a sheen to it. It definitely is a little bit transfer proof, but it's so easy to throw on. It's not like a normal like lipstick, but it's not as nearly as drying as matte lipsticks. It's a perfect in-between. I love ColourPop's Ultra Satin formula. I'm not a big fan of their matte one because their matte is like matte. It shows every single line of my lips, and I'm not a big fan of that, and I'm not very comfortable. But these are amazing, and Magic Wand is like my perfect color. It's very similar to Mannequin. I would just say a little bit darker. This is it right here. It's beautiful. So like I said, what's what I'm wearing right now. And this is just like one of my perfect everyday easy grab and go colors. The next one is the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade One Wish. This came in a kit. I think it was their holiday kit. I think it was their holiday kit. I got this like January. A lot of the stuff isn't like brand new to me. It's just what I've been loving. And this one's definitely a lot more pink than the other ones. Actually it looks basically the same. Like I obviously have a type that's hilarious. Like these look identical, but I promise you in person they're not. Like they all have differences. Like the Jeffree Star one's a lot more light, this one's a lot more like brownie, and this one's definitely more pink, and especially on the lips it shows a lot more. I obviously have a type of nudes that work for me. I'm glad that I'm able to find so many. It lasts for a really long time, and I love these. So these are my favorite right now go-to lipsticks that I've been just grabbing. And this just came in my BoxyCharm this month. I have been obsessed with this, with the gloss I have on top of my lips right now. It is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade line, and the shade is Peach Tea. I think she has like 5 glosses in the Lemonade line. The only one I have obviously is Peach Tea, like I said, because I got it in my BoxyCharm. This smells so good. God, I don't even know, like I know this smell, but I don't know like where it goes. Like this is a familiar smell, but I just can't like put it to something, but it's so delicious. I hate sticky glosses. I absolutely hate them. That's why I don't wear a lot of glosses really ever, because the stickiness, my hair getting caught in them, it like stringing on my lips or getting messy. I can't handle it. I don't like it. But this is almost like a liquid Vaseline. Like it's not gooey, it's not sticky, just shiny, and it almost feels like nourishing. So if you have a really dry liquid lipstick and you put this on top of it, it makes it so moisturizing and beautiful, and the shade is amazing as well. It's definitely pinky, like a peachy pink, which is peach tea, makes sense. But on top of even like this, it just, it's so nice. Like I love this lip gloss. I really want to go and try the rest of her colors that like appeal to me, because this formula is everything. The smell, everything about it is amazing. This one is not actual makeup, but it's with my makeup routine, so it's a little bit odd, but I've been obsessed with it. It is this tiny little fan, which is so funny. I can't believe I bought this. My husband was like, why did you get that? And I'm like, this thing is amazing. I've been using this for my makeup and even just sitting outside because I'm super extra, and this comes in handy, I'm telling you. I wish I had this in Florida. Like if I had this in Florida, I would have bought 2 and just like had it on my face at all times. It was like $11 on Amazon. It doesn't take batteries, which I really like because I never had batteries in my house. So it just like charges through like a phone charger that it comes with. So I definitely like that because, like I said, I never had batteries, or if I do, I can't find them. It has 2 settings. There's like low, and then high, and then off. The reason why I use this for my makeup is I use my Morphe setting spray like 4 or 5 times while I do my makeup. And whenever I do it, usually I obnoxiously like wave my hands all over the place, and it's not very even. It takes a long time. This, I can just have my face down, not make any facial expressions, not look around, have my makeup dry with the setting spray, and not fall into any like lines on my face or like move around, which I approve. And then of course when it's really hot outside, so like 90 degrees or higher every single day here. And the other day I was tanning outside and I had this on high, just facing on my face while I was tanning, because it has a really powerful fan actually. Like for something so small, it's super powerful. Even Ron later on that day like picked it up because I had it out and he used it and he was like, this thing is amazing. I'm like, I know, it's $11. Like that's why I got it. So definitely use this if you get hot easily or if you're super extra with your makeup, because this is not necessary whatsoever, but it has become like an everyday use for me for sure. So I'm getting my money's worth. And last but not least, this is not makeup related whatsoever. It is the Lush Therapy Bar. It is amazing. It probably looks really gross in here. It's not the cutest because I use it all the time, like I said. But this is incredible. So it's like a oil butter bar. Like I don't really know how they do this because there's a ton of oils in here. There's like shea butter, coconut oil, all that kind of stuff in here, and it's like a solid bar. You start rubbing it on your skin and it just melts into you. It's the most moisturizing thing I've probably ever used in my life. And like I said, 100,000 times, I am dry. My legs are always dry. My face is always dry. My hair is dry. Everything on me is dry. So this has been a lifesaver. When I get out of the shower, I can't wait to just rub this all over my body, and it smells so clean, so good. Like this smells so good. Whenever I have this on, I literally can smell this the next day that I wake up. I take showers at nighttime, put it all over, throw my clothes on, go to bed, and literally when I wake up the next day, I can still smell it on my skin. Like I took a shower last night and I literally can still smell it on me. And you can still feel it, and that's a huge thing. I can still feel how much moisture is on my skin the whole next day, like 24 hours later. It is amazing and so worth it. The only thing is that this bar is like $13 and I go through a bar like a week. So that's probably not good because they're expensive, and it's like $50 a month, if that math is right. Yeah, that's like $50 a month. So it's definitely gonna get pricey because I've been using this all the time. The real reason that I went in and got this is because obviously, as you guys all know, I'm pregnant. So I saw a lot of people saying that this is really good for like your stomach and for stretch marks and for keeping that hydrated while your skin's growing. I'm definitely already showing, so I wanted to get this before I have any signs of stretch marks because I'm trying to prevent that as much as I can. I know you can't stop it completely, but if I can help, I want to. So I got this, put it all over my stomach. I put it every single night on my stomach and like my thighs, my legs, my butt. That way anything that's like growing and stretching. And then when I get out of the shower, I put this all over my body. So I'm obsessed with this. I'm gonna keep on using this. And the girl told me that this is actually for, like, they made this with pregnant women in mind for stretch marks. So if you're pregnant, definitely check this out. And the girl at the store told me that the design on this is because 1 in 4 babies are born with an outie belly button. So I thought that was cute because there's like 3 that are like innies, 1 that's out. So I thought that's really cute and has a cute little story behind it. But yeah, this has been my everything. This is my second bar. And I'm gonna literally buy this even when I'm not pregnant because I'm that obsessed with it. Okay, so that wraps up my June favorites and products I've just been loving in general for the last few months. I apologize, like I said 100 times, for not posting as often as I want to or as I should. I'm trying to like keep the ball rolling here. I've been going up north a lot. I'm actually going up north tomorrow. It's 4th of July, so that's why it's like 10 o'clock at night right now. I tried getting this in. I'm gonna try to edit this tonight and tomorrow and hopefully have it up for you guys by tomorrow afternoon, evening-ish. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's long, I know it's chatty, but I feel like I haven't sat down and talked to you guys about makeup in so long, so I had a lot of things to talk about. I make up all the time, even if I'm not talking about it, I still am buying, loving, and using makeup every single day, so I definitely have a lot of thoughts on some things. So I'm thinking about doing like a monthly hits and misses type of thing every single month. So this is the first one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. That way I know that you guys are enjoying the things that I am putting out there. Please leave some comments down below with what you guys are loving for the month of June, or just in general, your favorite holy grail products. If I mention anything that you guys like in this video, let me know your thoughts below. So that wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.